Hello, welcome back to MindEase with Sandra, my beautiful people. How are you doing today? Welcome back. We do at MindEase with Sandra. It's a safe space where we nurture our mental well-being, where we challenge unhealthy thought patterns and learn to live with peace, more peace and intention. So on today's topic on MindEase with Sandra, we're going to be discussing about overthinking, positivity, and the peace you are looking for. So, what is overthinking? Like I call it a trap. Let's talk about the trap of overthinking. Overthinking is one of the greatest thieves of peace. Have you ever been in a space like you're in a particular place, but your mind is somewhere else? Have you ever had it mentally trapped somewhere else? Maybe replaying a conversation from some time ago. Maybe worrying about something that could happen tomorrow that hasn't happened yet, but you're worried about it. Maybe questioning the decision that you've already made. It's done, right? If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. And the truth is that let's be honest about something. Many of us are not suffering because of what is happening in our lives. Many of us are suffering because of what's happening in our minds. What are you feeding your mind with? What's on your mind? Okay, so let's talk about a psychologist, Susan Nolan Huxma, known for her research on rumination. She found that repeatedly dwelling on problems without taking constructive action can increase anxiety, stress, and emotional distress. So think about it. How many times have you worried about something that never happened? You've actually worried about it so much, and at the end of the day, that same thing didn't happen, but you've worried about it already. So, how many nights have you lost sleep preparing for a disaster that existed only in your imagination? Your mind is telling you something bad, the worst that can happen, and all that. Only your imagination. That is not okay. How many beautiful moments have been stolen because your mind was somewhere else? Why lose peace unnecessarily? So here's a truth that changed most people's perspective, like mine, right? Overthinking doesn't protect you from pain, it makes you experience pain before it's even real, right? You suffer once in your mind and then sometimes discover that that was never a problem to begin with, but you suffered already. Why do we overthink? Most people don't overthink because they're actually weak. Let's not think it's a weakness. Sometimes they overthink because they care. For me, sometimes I overthink because I care, but I've been able to manage that. Sometimes they care about getting things right. So overthinking comes in. How do I get it right? They care about being accepted. That's the one I need us to remove our mind from. It's very important. Why do you need this validation so much, being accepted? If you just live your normal life and do the right things and do the things you're supposed to do and within your capability and within your function, you should be fine, right? Don't put so much thought and care about being accepted. Sometimes they care about avoiding mistakes. Sometimes when you try so much to avoid mistakes, you end up making a lot more of that. Sometimes it's about protecting yourself from disappointment. So you're thinking about it so much, well, maybe I shouldn't do this and all that. So they search for guarantees. They want to know. Funny enough, life doesn't offer guarantees. Life offers uncertainty. And peace begins when you stop demanding certainty from life and start developing trust in yourself. Trust that whatever happens, that you'll find the way through it. The power. Let's talk about positive mindset. That brings us to positivity and positive mindset. Right? The power of positive mindset. Now, this brings us to something equally important, the mindset. The mindset, what's on your mind? Have you ever noticed that two people can focus on the same challenge and respond completely differently? Have you noticed that? Somebody can see a dead end, right? Why another person sees um, a lesson, or some other person sees a failure, some other person is seeing a lesson from the same thing. The other person sees growth. The difference is often not the situation, it is the mindset. A positive mindset doesn't mean pretending everything is perfect. No, it's not. It doesn't mean denying pain. It doesn't mean denying disappointment or difficulty. It doesn't mean that. It means choosing hope even when life feels uncertain. Right? Let's talk about another psychologist, Martin Seligman. Yeah, widely known as the father of positive psychology. I can remember him from my background in psychology as well. Teaches that optimism is not about ignoring reality. It's about believing that challenges are temporary, right? Manageable, and opportunities, that they are actually opportunities for growth. You can look into it, read more about that, right? So instead of asking, what is happening to me? Try asking, what is this trying to teach me? A single shift can change everything. That particular single shift can change everything because your thoughts influence your perspective, and your perspective influences your action. Are we together? Are we good? Are we together? So please, a thought is not a fact. One of the most important things I want you to remember today is this: a thought is not a fact. That you thought about it is not serious. It's not like it's a fact. Because your mind says I'm not good enough doesn't mean it's true, right? Because your mind says something bad is going to happen, it doesn't mean it will happen. It doesn't mean it's true. Because your mind tells you that you might fail at something, it doesn't mean it's true. It doesn't mean that you definitely fail. So, but our mind produces thousands of thoughts every day. You don't have to believe every single one of them, and you don't have to overanalyze these things as they come. Please, let's learn to take care of ourselves. Sometimes take a deep breath, rest from thinking too much, do something nice, read a book, do something positive. Look around you. Look at the things that you appreciate about you. Look at the blessings that surround you. Look at the good things that are happening to you. Can you concentrate on those things sometimes? Look at how much improvement you've made in life. Look at the things. Look at the people you've impacted. Look at the good things you've done. Concentrate on some of these things, please. As we end today's conversation, I want you to remember this. You don't need to predict every outcome, right? You don't need to solve every problem today. You don't need to carry tomorrow's burdens on today's shoulders. A positive mindset won't eliminate every challenge in your life, but it will give you the strength, resilience, and courage to face those challenges. So next time you catch yourself spiraling into overthinking, pause and ask, is this thought helping me or hurting me? Then choose peace, choose trust, choose hope, and most importantly, be kind to yourself. Because your mind deserves the same compassion that you give everyone. This is MindEase with Sandra, reminding you that healing begins when you stop fighting our thoughts and start leading them. You can lead your thoughts. And if this message resonated with you, please like, share, and subscribe. You never know who might need this reminder today. Thank you very much. Meet you next time on MindEase with Sandra. Take care of yourself.